Happy evening to everyone and pranams to all of you. We would begin this pleasant evening by invoking the blessings of Almighty to shower Thy grace on each one of us, to prosper in our profession and in personal life, and to contribute to the society to the best of our abilities. May I request my daughter, Danya, to recite the prayer song. May I request all of you to stand by for the prayer song.
गणनायकाय गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि गानचतुराय गानप्राणाय गानान्तरात्मने गानोत्सुकाय गानमत्ताय गानोत्सुकमनसे गुरुपूजिताय गुरुदैवताय गुरुकुलस्थायिने गुरुविक्रमाय गुह्यप्रवराय गुरवे गुणगुरवे गुरुदैत्यकलाक्षेत्रे गुरुधर्मसदाराध्याय गुरुपुत्रपरित्रात्रे गुरुपाखण्डकण्डकाय गीतसाराय गीततत्त्वाय गीतगोत्राय धीमहि गूढगुल्फाय गण्डमट्टाय गोजयप्रदाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि.
Thank you, Danya. Respected Chairman of Ganga Medical Center and Hospital and one of the senior most anesthesiologists of the city, Dr. J.G. Shanmuganathan, one of the doyens of anesthesia, who has been the past president of Indian Society of Anesthesiologists and also the president of the South Asian Confederation of Anesthesiologists, Professor Dr. K. Balakrishnan, the president of the Indian Society of Anesthesiologists, the current president, Professor Dr. Kameshwar Rao, the secretary of the Indian Society of the Anesthesiologists, Dr. Venkatagiri, the doyens of anesthesia from far and wide, leaders in the industry from inside India and outside India. I deem it a great privilege to have each one of you here this evening for the Anesthesia Leadership Summit, which is a concept which we conceived last year during our Ganga Anesthesia Refresher course, and take it forward with every anesthesia national meeting that the annual meeting that happens every year, to create an interface between the clinical leaders and the industry leaders with the sole aim of working in unison trying to find out where we can join together, create new avenues and paths which will help us to establish excellent protocols and eventually will help the specialty of anesthesia to grow. I'm extremely happy that the who's who of anesthesia here this evening. And I considered it prudent that before we start the actual session, we would have a round of introduction so that everyone in this hall knows about the other person who is sitting here. After the introduction is over, we would go to the actual session. But before we start the introduction, true to the tradition of India, may I request the chairman of Ganga Hospital, Dr. J.G. Shanmuganathan, to be joined by Professor K. Balakrishnan, the former president of Indian Society of Anesthetists, the current president, Professor Kameshwar Rao, to come forward and to do the honors of lighting the lamp. And may also request on behalf of the international faculty, Dr. Dan Benamou from France, to come forward. From the industry side, it's my great privilege and pleasure to invite Jemmy from Minneapolis, representing Smith's Medical System. Professor, I call him professor because he has almost learned everything in anesthesia. The man behind Neon, A.K. Gupta ji, to come forward. And may request Secretary Venkatagiri, has he reached here? The Secretary of the Indian Society of Anesthesiologists, Venkatagiri, to come forward. We will start with the introductions quickly. I'll start with the chairman of Ganga Hospital, Dr. J.G. Shanmuganathan, and then it will.
Chairman of Ganga Hospital, Dr. J.G. Shanmuganathan.
Dr. Balakrishnan, former president of the Indian Society of Anesthetists. I'm Dr. A.S. Kameswara, Dean of Consumer Institute of Medical Sciences, presently President of Indian Society of Anesthesiologists.
I'm Paul Sivalingam. I'm one of the consultant anesthetists in Princess Alexandra Hospital in Brisbane, but Coimbatore is my hometown, so I'm here.
Well, I am Dr. Vrushali Ponde. I come from Mumbai. I work as a secretary to Academy of Regional Anesthesia, India.
Yeah, good evening. I'm Dr. Murli. I work as a consultant in Apollo Hospitals in Bangalore.
Good evening. I am Dr. Bala Bhaskar, editor of Indian Journal of Anesthesia.
Good evening, everybody. I am Dr. Anju Garewal, coming from Ludhiana and editor of Journal of Anesthesiology, Clinical Pharmacology.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Dr. Vasanthi Vidyasagaran from Chennai.
I'm Dr. Chakra Rao, retired as the National Director of Medical and Health Services, Andhra Pradesh, and I'm the past president of the Indian Society of Anesthesiologists, now living in AP. Thank you.
Good evening. I am Dr. Venkatesh. I am senior consultant at Apollo Hospitals and neuroanesthesiologist.
Dr. Meenakshi Sundaram, Dean, Government Thiruvarur Medical College, Thiruvarur. I am presently Vice President of Indian Society of Anesthesiology.
Dr. Kannan, I was Professor Emeritus, MGR Medical University. Now I am holding a post of Governing Council member in Indian Society of Anesthesiologists.
I'm also Dr. Kannan. I'm Santana Kannan from consultant anesthetist in Birmingham, consultant anesthesia in intensive care.
Dr. Venkatagiri, Honorary Secretary of ISA.
Here Dr. Vichare from Mumbai, mainly in Bridge Hospital.
Good evening, I am Professor Dr. Vijay Raghavan from Government Medical College, Thuthukudi.
Good evening, I am Dr. Amit Shah, consultant anesthesiologist from Vadodara.
Dr. Apex Pata, I am from Baroda and Chief Consultant Anesthesiologist Muni Sevasram, Goraj.
Good evening, Nandini Dave from Mumbai.
Karuna Karan, consultant from Northampton, UK.
Good evening, I'm Sendil Kumran, I'm a consultant from Northampton. Good evening, Dr. Jason Doctor, as consultant at Memorial Cancer Center, Mumbai, and treasurer All India Difficult Area Association.
Good evening, I'm Dr. Dilip. I'm a director of Children's Anesthesia Services, Mumbai.
Yeah, good evening, Dr. Hemant Shinde. I'm a senior consultant at Hinduja Hospital, Khar, and currently ISA Mumbai Secretary.
Dr. Devetia, Tata Memorial Hospital, Mumbai, currently President, All India Difficult Airway Association.
Good evening, everyone. Dr. Bhimeshwar, Professor of Anesthesia, Gandhi Medical College, Secunderabad, and past Honorary Secretary of the Indian Society of Anesthesiologists.
Yeah, good evening all. I'm Ajay Gupta from B. Brown Medical. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Anil Fernandez from Sanofi, Mumbai.
Good evening, I'm Billy Hargan, Vice President Sales and Marketing for Piramal Critical Care.
Good evening, Jörg Altenburger, Draco Medical, and I'm Head of Sales.
Good evening, Rubel Sadek, also Draco Medical, and I'm responsible for India.
Good evening, I'm Diksha Aneja, I represent Baxter.
Good evening to all, my name is Vivek Nair, I head the anesthesia business for Habit India.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Yash Kaul. I'm the Managing Director for Smith's Medical for the Greater India region.
Greetings to all. My name is A.K. Gupta. I represent Neon Laboratories Limited, Bombay.
Hello, good evening. I'm Jamie Lamentine. I'm the Vice President and General Manager for Infusion for Smiths Medical. And thank you very much for having me.
Good evening, I'm Subhashni, Business Head Marketing for Zenith Software Limited.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Sudhakar and I represent Zenith Software Bangalore.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Jigna Shah from Neon Laboratories as General Manager Marketing.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Morithro Das, representing Abbott.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. I am Dr. Arijit and I represent the medical team from Baxter.
Good evening, everyone.
I'm Chitra Krishnan, the Indian partner of Tracker.
I'm Dr. Tushar Choksri from Vadodara.
Swagata Tripathi from All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Bhubaneswar.
I'm Dr. Aruna Ramesh, Professor in Anesthesia, now the head of the Department of Emergency Medicine, MS Ramaya Medical College.
I am Dr. Tanmay Das. I head the Department of Anesthesia in Apollo Clinical Hospitals in Kolkata. I'm also the President of International Trauma Care Indian Chapter.
I'm Sajesh from Trivandrum.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Dr. Surendranath, consultant anesthesiologist, SIMS Hospital, Chennai.
Good evening, everyone. Dr. Pooja Bagdi Agrawal from Chennai.
Good evening. I am Dr. Vanmati, consultant at Fortis, Chennai.
Hello, I am Dr. Jagruti Desai from Navsari, Gujarat.
Hello, good evening. I am Dr. Shailesh Mulgaonkar. I am a private practicing anesthesiologist in Mumbai.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Vijay Shetty, head the Department of Anesthesia at Fortis Hospital, Mulund.
Good evening, friends. Dr. Rashesh Diwan, past president, Gujarat State ISA branch, and medical director, Raghudeep Eye Hospitals.
Good evening, everybody. I am Anand Iyer from B. Brown Medical India Limited.
Hello, I am Kannan from Arjo Huntley Getting a Group.
Good evening, I am Ramakrishnan from Arjo Huntley Getting a Group.
I am Subramaniam. I am one of the consultant anesthetists working at Columbia Asia Referral Hospital, Bangalore.
Hi, good evening. My name is Balachandar. I am from Smiths Medical.
Hi, good evening. My name is Sundar. I represent Smiths Medical.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Hitesh Singh. I am from Fujifilm Sonosite, India.
Good evening, friends. My name is Nitin Gupta. I am heading India operations for Fujifilm Sonosite, India.
Good evening. I am Shiva from Sonosite.
Good evening, everyone. I am Morgan, working for Fujifilm Sonosite. I am just taking care of education and marketing.
Very good evening. Myself, Dr. Indu Sen. I am Professor of Anesthesia in PGI Chandigarh.
Good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Pratibha Jaincha from Raipur. I am Professor and Head Government Medical College, Raipur.
Good evening, everyone. Arnodin from Ubra Pharmaceuticals.
Good evening, everyone. I am Sandeep Pawar. I am representing Piramal Critical Care. Thank you.
Good evening, all. I am Ram Mohan from Piramal.
Good evening, everyone. I am Shankar, Sales Manager South, Neon Laboratories Limited.
Good evening, everybody. I am Jayaprakash from Neon Laboratory.
I am Dr. Sangeeta Dhanuka from Smiths Medical India.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Derav Dalal. I'm the Regional Marketing Director for Infusion for Asia Pacific for Smiths Medical India.
Good evening. I am Shannon McDonald, and I'm a Global Product Manager at Smiths Medical.
On this side now. I'm Dr. Ben Amou from Paris. Nice to be here, and thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Joe Makachor. I practice in Singapore, anesthesia.
Good evening, I'm Lutful Aziz, presently head and consultant, Apollo Hospitals, Dhaka, and I'm the president of the Bangladesh Society for the Study of Pain. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Dr. Chidanand. I'm Chief of Neuroanesthesia at Sakra Hospitals, Bangalore.
Good evening. I am Dr. Kumar Swami, Chief of Anesthesia, Apollo Specialty Hospital, Bangalore.
Rebecca Jacob. I'm from CMC Vellore and now Columbia Asia Referral Hospital, Bangalore.
Good evening. I am Sunanda Gupta from Udaipur, Professor and Head of Gitanjali Medical College and Founder President of the Association of Obstetric Anesthesiologists, India. Thank you.
Hello, hi, good evening. I am Dr. Sivashanmugam, heading the Department of Anesthesiology and Critical Care, Mahatma Gandhi Medical College, Pondicherry. I am the current president of ISA Puducherry State Branch.
Good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Devendra Tripathi from Government Medical College, Pondicherry.
Good evening, everybody. I am Dr. Hemant from Pondicherry.
Good evening, everyone. I am Sanju Zwarkar from Healthway Hospitals, Goa.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Chitra Zoarkar from Goa Medical College, Goa.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Dr. Mayuri Shetty. I'm located in Mumbai, private practicing anesthesiologist.
Namaste. I am Dr. Kiran Bhingarde, consultant anesthesiologist in Kolhapur and past president of Kolhapur City ISA branch.
Namaskar. I am Vandana Mangal from SMS Medical College, Jaipur.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Dr. Amol Kodolikar from Kolhapur.
Good evening, everybody. I am Dr. Abasab Sherke from Kolhapur, Maharashtra.
Good evening to all. I am Dr. Ponnambala Namasivayam, Professor and Head of the Department of Anesthesiology, Stanley Medical College, Chennai. Presently, President, Indian Society of Anesthesiologists, Chennai City Branch.
Good evening, I am Dr. Ganapati. I am the coordinator for CTLS and practicing critical care since 30 years in Erode.
Good evening, I am Sheikh from representing Neon Laboratories Limited.
Good evening, I am Dr. Sandeep Mutha, Director of Pune Anesthesia and Critical Private Limited.
Good evening, everyone. I am Mohan Raj from Sanofi.
I am Dr. Anuradha, Consultant Anesthetist, Kakinada, Andhra Pradesh.
Dr. SVSR Reddy, Consultant Anesthetist, Rajahmundry, Andhra Pradesh.
Dr. Reddy Prasad, Consultant Anesthesiologist, Intensivist, Rajahmundry.
Good evening, everyone. Dr. Suresh Kumar, Past Secretary, IC Pondicherry.
Good evening, everyone. Dr. Jitendra Bapat, Consultant Anesthetist, Mumbai, at Hinduja Hospital.
Good evening, all. I am Siddharth Pai, Product Specialist for Indian Peninsula, representing Draeger Medical.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Selvan Narayanan, taking care of Dragon Medical. Please.
Good evening, I am Rajesh representing Draeger.
Good evening, Mantesh representing Dragon.
I am Dr. Gunashekaran from Chennai.
Good evening, I'm Dr. Chimote, private practicing anesthesiologist in Nasik.
I just saw Dr. Sunil Pandya walking in. Dr. Sunil Pandya, So, well, having gone through the introductions, it gives me all the more energy and pleasure to know that each one of you here are the who's who of anesthesia in this country. And it becomes that to get all of you under one roof, I think it's an impossible task. And having got all of you under one roof, it's indeed so vital that we do something so concrete this evening, which would have a repercussions in this country, the way we practice anesthesia and the way we would take part in publishing what we do in this country. Now, before we go to the inaugural address, you will see a voting pad that is present with each one of you. Just take the voting pad. I'm going to ask a few questions to know the state of mind of each one of us here in the way we have been practicing anesthesia. Have all of you have a voting pad with you? Yes? And we start with the first question. Yeah, you would see the question here. Can I have a... The first question. It can be, also the industry can take it because you're aligned to anesthesia. How many of you here took anesthesia by choice? By choice, if you yes, it is, you have to press 1. If it was not by choice, press 2. And you were not aware how you happen to be an anesthesiologist, you have to press 3. Your time starts now. So that's nice. 66% of us here have taken anesthesia by choice. That shows the reputation of the specialty, because I think you need a wide applause for that, because it was never taught as a specialty of choice. So we go to the next question. How many of you think you should have been a surgeon instead of anesthesiologist? So you have 3 responses. If it is yes, number 1. If it's no, number 2. Probably if given a choice is number 3. Your time starts now. Yeah. So it's pretty reassuring that you're very passionate about what you're doing. These questions are to introspect the mind, and I'm sure that the answers have been very truthful. So we go to the next question. How many of you here truly enjoy your professional life? Immensely is 1, to a certain extent 2, not at all 3. Your time starts now. Oh, excellent. Immensely. That's lovely. I'm very, very happy about this. The next question. What is your opinion? More serious a question. What is your opinion about the current anesthesia education? Do you think you are happy the way it is? If it is true, then it's 1. Needs a drastic change. Number 2. Number 3, you firmly believe that it has to change and it has to be made uniform. So your time starts now. So it has to become uniform and needs a drastic change that opens up for the discussions of the day. Go to the next slide, please. Why are there less publications from India? Answer number 1, it's because of the real tough clinical work which doesn't allow you to perform research. Number 2, no funding for research. Number 3, not inculcated during our postgraduate training. Number 4, no incentive to publish. Your time starts now. I was very curious to know the answers. It seems to be everything, but I think that the top honors is taken by not inculcated during postgraduate education. This is another very important point that the leaders of anesthesia of this country have voted for this, and I think this is based on these questions, I think we are going to build this evening. Go to the next question, please. Industry and clinicians have come together to make academics and research very strong. Do you completely agree with this? Or do you disagree with this? Or you're not sure about it? Your time starts now. So that's a big round of applause to all of us, because It's a good forum for the industry and the clinicians to come together, and I'm very happy that majority of you say that you need to work in unison. Next question, please. We'll do the rest of the question during the course of the event. Now, this is just to, these questions were just to know the actual thoughts that are going in your mind in terms